Good morning and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Intrepid, or your host, the Alpaca, and we're here with the on the stream for Intrepid Dawn. We're going to be playing Kerbal Space Agency again. I just want to shout out for everyone already. We said hi to Hades, Blue Man, Epic, Darth Treon, all of you guys. I'm so glad you guys can make it. We're going to have a lot of fun. So first off, I hear we have some new recruits. Let's jump into our save. Take a look. So we have our astronaut complex where we can recruit new recruits, and we have some new special arrivals today. So let's give a shout out to anyone who's currently here. So we got Tryon there, Tryon Kerman. Now, unfortunately, we can't recruit anyone yet because we have a max amount of Kerbals. So we will go and upgrade our astronaut complex. So now we have the ability to get 12 active Kerbals. We can perform EVAs, and they can place flags, which is awesome. So let's try this again. So Tryon, welcome. Say hi in chat, and then we can recruit you in. If you see your name on our applicant list, please say hello. There we go. Tryon, it lives. All right, so we have enlisted you. Now, it looks like these are going to cost a little bit more money than I thought. We don't have that much, so because I don't think it's quite fair, we will spawn some cheats in here just to be able to get those all those Kerbals created and not have to pay for them. Just give me 1 second to find the where we have our resources. I don't see it. Interesting. Maybe we can recruit these people right away. Available. No. All right. Oh, there we go. There we go. Funding. So we want to add 100,000. There we go. Okay. So we've added that. Let's close this. I did not spell your name wrong, Hades. I asked you if that was a typo. Well, we can change that. I can have that changed for next stream. So, Hades will recruit you. And we're going to have to get some more money in here. Add in a little bit more. There we go. Kaibon, there you go. There's yours. And we got Rob Kerman. Let's get you in here as well. And lastly, we have Bagan Kerman. Let's bring us back down to where we were. We were roughly about 80,000 before we had to pay for everything. Actually, no, we were a little bit more than that. We were about 100 and something because we paid for the astronaut complex too. And I don't think that's fair for us to have to waste all of our funds just to get you guys in here. So we'll leave that. We'll ignore those costs. And now everyone who's applied is nice and in, so we can do some missions with everyone. So that reminds me, if any of you are interested in becoming your very own Kerbal to join in missions, please jump onto our Discord, check out our Kerbal application forms, and put in your application. Also, we have our first mission proposal. Unfortunately, we don't have the parts to be able to do it, but I will, so let me just pull that up, and I will read to you guys our first official mission. Awesome. So the mission's name is Purple Sunrise. Its concept is successfully send a two-part spacecraft, Apollo style, to Eve, land on it, and return safely. We have to design a Apollo Venus mission that never was, which that's the scientific justification for it. So we have to go, and while using a launcher that we can put and land 2 Kerbal knots to Eve and return successfully. That's our first mission. We have a secondary objective of an optional placing a flag and a crew report on Eve, and a tertiary objective, which is optional, to send a rover to Eve and send it back to the mothership and then return it back to Kerbin. We require 5-meter launch stages, 3.75-meter third stage, and 1 service module as a lander. So unfortunately, because we need those things, we cannot do it just yet. But we will save it. It has been noted, and we will make sure that we get that done at some point. Not a problem, Hades. We can fix that for the next stream, and it won't take me very much to fix that. So I can fix that spelling error for you. I just didn't. You typed it that way, and I didn't want to just assume it. But unfortunately, I guess I should have. So I'm just gonna say another shout out to Baggins, Rob, Hades, Tryon, Kaibon. Welcome to the Kerbal Space Program. Your Kerbals may or may not be alive by the end of this stream, but we will hope. So, let's get started. Let's check out mission control. What do we got? So we still have 2 missions that are currently active. So we need to get a Flea solid booster into flight. So we can do that, and we get a little bit more money for that one. And we still wanted to try to orbit Kerbin. That was what we were trying to do last time. We had almost made it, but we just didn't. So I think that's the next point we want to do that. So let's enter our space complex. Let's see here. So let's open our last auto-saved ship. Yep, Epic, your Kerbal is still alive. So this was our last ship, the ASA, Alpaca Space Agency 3. And Epic, just so you can see it, we actually launched, I think it was the ASA, the ASA 3A, I think it was. It had stabilizers on it. No, that was not that. We had it in, oops, that was not what I wanted to do. Let's go back. This is not what I wanted. Let's recover the vessel. All right, the vehicle assembly. So one of these ships, if we load it here, I think maybe it was the ASA 3. No, load the ASA. Sorry, that was 4. Oh, ASA 2. There we go. This was the first official mission. So this will mark the first mission for Jack Kerman. This was this was the first ship we ever flew for a personalized Kerbal. It didn't quite successfully work, but we did manage to save the guy's life. Actually, I just realized that we've named this improperly. That is the way you do a Roman numeral for 4. So let's just save that and delete this other one, because we don't want to have mixed names here. Delete that autosave. And so this was our most recent iteration, I believe. Or is it this one? No, yeah, it was the other one. ASA Mark IV. So we are going to have to figure out how we can get this guy into orbit. So let's try upgrading the solid boosters to the big white ones. Okay, let's try that out. Let's check that out. So we have the big, so that's the back thumper. So we got these guys. that might just do it, but it might make us unstable as well. Let's see. I'm really thinking that this flea booster was one of the issues because it isn't that efficient at higher velocities, or sorry, high up. We do kind of want to get maybe a bit more like a second stage engine. We'll have to research that. So why don't we jump back and see if we have any extra science here. So let's not save that one. Ah, hi Rizky, how are you doing? So research and development. So we have 29.4 research. We don't have enough to research any of the new places in here, but we'll get that now. So let's let's just jump back in and let's see that. All right. So you know what? Let's attempt another launch, but this time I'm thinking let's get rid of these and or actually we'll keep these. Yeah. But I'm thinking we'll double them up. We'll get 4 on there instead. And then what we'll do is we'll stage them. Ooh, that was not wanted. Wanted 2 of these. There we go. Now we have 4. Good morning. Ooh, now I'm gonna actually have to pronounce that name there. Camulus Magnus. Camulus Magnus. That's how you say that. Good morning. Yeah. So all we did so far was we just showed off all the new Kerbals that were being hired on from the application list so that we can show them here. We got Baggins, we got Rob, we got Hades, we got Tryon, and we got Kaibon. Welcome all of you. If put your applications in if you want to become your very own Kerbal in this space agency. So I've added 2 extra solid rocket boosters, and then what we'll do is we'll stage them appropriately. So we'll have 2 launch off, these 2 start, and they will push us up, and then once they fall off, we'll disconnect them, and then we will start up the next ones. And we'll keep doing, and we'll do that. So we have 1 stage for these 2, second stage for these 2, and then a 3rd stage for our main engine. Then we will do our fleet once we get up top. I think that will successfully get us a little bit more power. So we shall name this the ASA 4A. Since this is only a minor tweak to this setup. No, this is a complete stock install. If you notice anything that looks like a mod, it most likely is some of the updates that Kerbal Space Center has been putting out over the past couple of years. They've done a fantastic job with upgrading and bringing everything up to a very nice atmosphere. Unfortunately, we need that flea. We wanted to use that. See, if you look over here, we want to bring that up into flight above Kerbin, and we can get some money for that. So that flea needs to be there, and we don't really have a second stage engine. We have just 2 large liquid fuel boosters here, so we'll have to research that. That's the only problem, but we will try. We will try. Okay, so I think this is the job for one of our new recruits. Let's remove Jebediah from there. And let's start with the top. So, Baggins, it doesn't seem like he is online with us right yet. So, and Rob's already done his, oh no, Jack has already done his first one. So let's do, Rob, if you are out there in chat, please say hi. I can't quite remember who posted that. Who posted Rob? It's Gavin White Dude 909, but I don't know if that was the same in chat here. And I'm not saying any highs, so we'll move on to Hades there. I know I spelled your name wrong, but Hades, we'll get you up there and we'll fix that up. So this is going to be mark the first. So this flight, this marks the first flight for Hades Kerman. There we go. So this marks the first flight for Hades Kerman. So let's save this ship, and we will launch this one. I think we've got everything else good. It was a successful flight last time. The main issue was that we just didn't have enough fuel left over to get us into orbit. So let's launch. Oh no, we have too many parts. 34 out of 30. Okay, well, you know what? We can always just take off some of these sensors, because we're just trying to get in orbit right now. We don't need those sensors right there. That drops us down right to the 30 mark. So we can save that, and we can launch it. Yes, it's had many improvements. I have to say that much. Many improvements. All right, so let's stabilize this. So Hades, you are a pilot, which works out well. Let's see, you're looking in there. Oh, you got a nice comfy seat. Not much of a view at the moment, but that's all right. You look pretty content there in the corner, so let's keep that on. Just make sure that chat is not obscured. No, it's good. All right. So let's begin. Would somebody like to start me off on the countdown? T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. So we're just trying to get into orbit at the moment. That is the main goal. We have yet to make it to orbit yet. Alright, first stage has successfully been launched. Alright, we are doing well. We are doing well. Staying relatively straight. Going on a slight curve to get into our orbital insertion. Oh no! Oh no, I accidentally clicked the spacebar too many times. No! Alright, well, that was unfortunate. Let's see if we can still make this... No, we do not have enough speed, I don't think, to make it into the altitude. For, for this contract. We are close, though. We might just, actually. I'll just kind of hold on and launch this as soon as we can get as high as we can. Just to get enough height and speed to get this contract complete. And then it won't be a complete waste. I am sorry, Hades. Alright, let's launch this off and see if we can get that speed up enough to get you up there. No, I don't think we're going to be able to get this contract completed. Oh, that sucks. Oh, man. Oh, that's all right. You know, it may have been a failure, but it's not a horrible failure. We can get some crew reports going on here, so let's get that done. Oh, Hades, you've almost made it into space. You're just, you're halfway there. So that's all right. We're starting to fall back down already. Yeah. Oh, Hades looks like pretty impressed down in the corner. Look at him. Look at that. He's kind of happy. You know what? I think he's content with what's happened. So let's disengage this other stage here and get ourselves ready to re-enter and splash down. We might make it to one of these islands. I think that is one thing that they definitely should add into the game, and that is a way to lock stages at a certain point. So like, you know, you can keep smashing the space button, it'll go through the stages, but the ones that you've locked, it will stop at that point until you've unlocked them. I think that would be a very useful addition to the game, so that people with fat fingers like myself or Hades don't keep staging past where they want to stage. Hades is going to survive. We got a parachute on this. We're good. We're good. Oh no, it's covered up by the channel logo. I'm sorry there, Epic, but there's not much I can do about that. Um, no, it is not. So we can actually decrease the thrust, since we don't need that much thrust right off the hop. So we can make a modification. Pulling the chute. And we are safe. This is speed up time, just so we can get down. And a successful splashdown. Hades has survived. Good job. Good effort. Let's give you a little bit of an EVA so you can say hi. We'll take that data. Maybe you can do a little experiment right now. EVA report. Oh, we'll let you keep it, but no, but somebody else has already taken all the research for that. So let's enter the ship. See if we can get a crew report here. No, we cannot. All right. So now let's recover the vessel. So we did get a little bit of science for that. Good job, Hades. We've increased to 34 science. Not bad. Not bad at all. And we recovered most of the spacecraft. Well, some of the spacecraft. So we retained some of our money. So let's just try this again. So what was the issue was that as soon as I launched that second stage, the engines had already kicked in, but I didn't realize, and so I pressed space again to get them to engage, which then disengaged that entire drive. So we will make sure we don't do that, but I think what we'll do is for the first stage, we're going to limit the thrust to half. Because we don't need that much power early on, which then what that's going to do is it's actually going to make us last longer and we'll be able to get higher on that first stage. The second stage, we'll put it at about 30, I think. That might be not too bad. It should be still enough to keep that acceleration up. In worst case, we can always, you know what, I might just add in the other engine at the very beginning. Move that down, like this. So we'll launch this one off first at the same time as everything else. But we're not going to really be using it, so I'll slow down the engine. And then if any of these thrust have issues, we can just increase the thrust to our main rocket. And that way, we don't screw up this mission. I think that would be good. So let's swap out Hades, who's got a little bit of experience. Congratulations, Hades. And we'll go on with Tryon. There you go. Tryon, you're going to be attempting this one. So let's change this out. So we have, this marks our first flight for Tryon, Herman. And this will be the ASA 4B. Since we've again made a few modifications to the ship, we will save it. So there we go. This will be the newest addition to our fleet. Hopefully this one works. So let's launch. Hey Matthew, glad you can make it. So the mission right now is we're just trying to get into orbit. We've had a few successes and a few failures, but hopefully this one will make it. But I'm glad you are here. All right, so first off, let's check our throttle on our main engine. We don't need it right yet, so I'm going to lower it down. And T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Okay, so we need the center stage. That wasn't enough thrust. That's not too bad though, once we get up. So yeah, 50% thrust is just not enough for all the weight that we have on us. We'll have to increase that, maybe 75%. Now that we're starting to get up, I can start to turn down our main engine. You can watch our acceleration here. We are accelerating pretty quick. We don't want to go much over, like, say, 200 meters per second. Because then that starts to get, we're starting to put resistance on us from the air. Okay, so first stage is complete. Second stage has fired off. We're going to tip slightly into the direction of where we want to go. And we'll hold that there. This one's going a lot more successful. So we're doing well. Ooh. There we go. We're tipping the wrong way. But I solved that. Alright, so we can decrease our main engines now. Pretty much off. We don't need that right now. Still going. We're still going strong. We're accelerating nicely. Hi, Adaptable Ruben. Welcome to the channel. Alright, let's keep on going. This is actually working out pretty well. So 25 thrust is, or sorry, 30% thrust is fantastic for our second stage for solid boosters. Like, look how fast and high we're going already. This is fantastic. Let's take a look at our... So we're going the correct speed. We're just not high enough to get our contract done with our fleet. But I think we can do this. We launch that stage now. Let's increase our main engine, but not enough that we are... Actually, just slow that right down, because we want to slow down just a bit so we can get that one contract completed. So I'm just going to shut down the engines for a second. Let us float up. Let's take a look on the map. Let's see how high we've gone. What's our periapsis or apsis right now? That's 57. Not that much higher than where we had. But so we're slowing down a little bit. Okay, you know what? I think we missed it. We'll have to try and hit it another time. I don't want to waste this awesome flight on trying to get that little contract. So let's increase our engine power here. Keep that nice and low. We don't need to waste all of our fuel trying to get up here. Take a look. So, all right, so we can cancel the flight. We've hit an apsis of 94 kilometers. So once we get up there, we'll turn sideways and we'll start thrusting in the direction of our orbit. So this is going very well. We have very little liquid fuel left, but we do have our flea. So hopefully this is just enough to get us going. But we are now officially in space. Congratulations, Tryon, you have made it to space. You look down at the big globe of Kerbin. Wonder where else will we go? See if you can do a crew report. I think we've already done this one. Yes, we have. We're almost there, almost to the highest point in our orbit, which is non-escaping orbit. So we'll go back down if we don't add more delta V to this. All right, let's increase our thrust here. Try to get as much sideways momentum as we can. And that was it. That was our stage. So let's stage that and then use our flea. Let's see if this will work. Hopefully. So maybe like we'll have to increase the thrust on our first stage, definitely. That is definite. We didn't have enough to. We wasted a lot of our solid fuel or our liquid fuel on that. But we also might need another level of fuel to get us up here. Because again, this is still not nearly enough. We we're in space, but we didn't get enough to even start our orbit. Alright, so we're out of fuel completely. We are still in a collapsing orbit. So we will disengage from our last section and we'll spin around. Ooh. Get ourselves ready for orbital re-entry. I have not unlocked maneuver nodes, no. Nope, Dark Trion's not stuck in space. He will fall from space. So let's just increase the speed a little bit. Let's get us back in there. And we know we cannot do any. Can we do an EVA yet? You know what? We'll check it out next time, because if we EVA now, he'd get blown off the side of our ship. The atmosphere is here now. We are in the upper atmosphere, so he might not be able to hold on. We observe the mystery goo up here. Get a little bit of science from that, so we'll take that. Any crew reports? No. 80 seems to be enjoying himself, so I think he's doing well. Oh, and we got the plasma trail starting up. All right. Some of the ablator is disintegrating, but it's okay. We have tons of it, and we are already slowing down to amazing, or to regular speeds. Well, can't really see much. So let's turn the lights on here. There we go. So it looks like we're gonna splash down in the water again. Kind of hard to see, but keep going down. Increase speed a bit so we get a little bit closer. And pull our parachute. And we've successfully slowed down. Alright, so let's land ourselves again. Let's pick up speed just for that splashdown and plop. Fantastic. So we'll give you an EVA too, so you can experience the water. Nothing else you can do though, so we will jump you back in there and recover the vessel. Fantastic. Not exactly what we wanted, but it's still a successful flight nonetheless. We got a little bit of science. We didn't get much funds back, so we are bleeding out funds right now, but Darth Tryon got an experience, so that is awesome. Yes, we could actually. We could. That is another good a good suggestion there, Sarvez. So let's try that out. Let's take a look too. So what else can we do here? So, so Kerbals can perform EVAs, or is that the next one? No, that's what we have now. So perfect. So Kerbals can perform EVAs. We can do an EVA in space, which will get us tons more science. Yeah, I just looked at that. So I'm looking. We have a bunch of new recruits, but these are all just the generic ones that come in. I will not be able to add in new recruits until next episode, so you'll have to wait till next Saturday, unfortunately. It's just the way the game is. I'd have to close down the game to be able to add in anyone else. And I want to keep this stream moving. So, let's go back to the vehicle assembly. Yeah, you just have to go onto our Discord there, Risky. Go onto Discord of the Intrepid Dawn, find the Kerbal application channel, and post your application to become a Kerbal. There's also a channel right next to it for mission proposals, so you can propose for us to do new and exciting missions. We already have one, but we don't have the parts unlocked to be able to try it out yet. So we are going to have to wait, but I do have a record of it, so we will continue to try. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we're going to copied that there. We'll drop this down, and we're going to add in another fuel, maybe 2 there, just to give us a little bit more fuel to keep on going, because I think that was one of our issues. We're going to do Darth Sarbez's suggestion, and we're going to decrease the ablator down to, say, 40, maybe even 20. Let's do 40 just in case we do get up higher, so that we save our re-entry. Hello, world. Hello. Glad you can make it. Alright, so let's change our first one. So that's going to be about 75, I think. Well, actually, maybe we should put that at like 80, 70, 75. Let's do 75 for the first stage. And the second stage, since we did increase a little bit of weight, we're going to have to increase this a bit. So maybe let's put that up to 35. There we go. So now that should do that. We've got extra liquid fuel. All in all, I think maybe add a little bit more solid fuel for our fleet. There we go. Okay, so I think that might just do it. It gives us a little bit more room to work with. Oh no, we have 2 extra new parts. We can't do that. Darn it. How do we, let's see, where can we get rid of some parts? Well, we've already been to space with, and done the mystery goo. So we're just hauling that up right now for no reason. So I'm deleting those off there, and we'll reapply them once we get a little bit more ability here. So let's save this now. Actually, we'll save this as the ASA 4C. Since we did a few more modifications to this general design, we're going to remove Tryon from here, and you know what? We're going to get Kaibon in there. Kaibon will do his first mission. So let's change out. This will mark the first flight for Kaibon. Berman. Fantastic. So let's save that. That is true. Thank you for letting us know there, Adaptable Ruben. Hello world, we will not be doing that, only because I am going to maintain a nice vanilla mod-free zone. I don't like having things that could potentially cause us to be overpowered. We're going to achieve all of our goals under our own might, and unfortunately, weapons are not part of the base game. Doesn't mean we can't do some science with, say, an impactor on one of the planets, which is basically a glorified missile. So let's try this out. All right, so sun is setting, looks like. Oh, and you can see right off there in the sky, I don't know if you can tell, but on my screen I can see it, there's a little white dot. If I'm not mistaken, that is Minmus, our second planet, or second moon in our around our planet, and our moon is right above us, right there. That's very nice. So let's launch. I think everything is in order. It looks good. Ibon's currently sitting there, ready to go. Well, epic. Yeah, that is Intrepid Dawn, not actually me. But actually, we have 15 people watching right now, and but the Saturday streams are an offbeat time frame for me for the Intrepid Dawn channel. Everyone who subscribes usually subscribes with our like with some of the Tim's videos, but he does it later in the evening. This is the earlier stream, so not everyone can be awake at this time, or could quite possibly be working or off doing things, and that is perfectly okay. I am glad that you guys all can make it. So let's launch. T minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we just have enough thrust to get us up. Oh, and we're edging a little bit too fast on one direction there, so let's just kind of kick that back. So this is good. This is good. We don't need to waste a lot of our liquid fuel. Oh, we are definitely top heavy here. Come on, come on. Turn. All right, so there we go. Launch our second. Oh, ooh. That was close. All right, so we had another major issue, structural failure of 2 of our boosters. So we shall have to check that out, see what happened there. And this is actually taking a little bit more time, or a little bit more effort to control, as Kaibon is an engineer, he's not a pilot, so he's not helping out at all. He's just sitting there watching me fly this ship for him. Hopefully we can still have enough thrust to get into space. Maybe we can do an EVA. But yeah, Kaibon, you really need to learn how to fly a ship. Alright, so we're doing good. I've stabilized the ship a little bit. Ooh, a little bit. We are getting there. Slow us down a bit. We don't need to be going this fast now. Check a look at our... Okay, sweet. We are at 100k out of on our apoapsis, so... And we have fuel left over, so we actually might be able to do a bit better of an orbit this time. I still don't think we have enough, but we are close. So if that failure hadn't occurred, we should have had enough to be able to get us into orbit. Ooh, my greatest achievement in Kerbal Space Program. I would have to say my greatest achievement was I think actually, because I've done a bunch of things. I've flown through a ship through the Moon Arch. I have I would say I've landed a rover, well, an unmanned rover on Eve. I did not ever manage to get him out, but I did do that. That's one of my greater achievements, I think. I was quite pleased with that. And I got a space plane once to one of the planetary bodies around Joule. So that is the large gas giant. I'd show you, but I'm Still trying to control this ship right now. There is no stabilizers on it. Alright, we're getting close, so let's increase our thrust. Get some horizontal delta V going. Too bad, not too. Okay, disengage that stage. We'll see where we're sitting. So, okay, so we're roughly about where we were last time, and we have a lot more fuel now in this flee stage. So, you know what? We might just be able to. If I can just line us up and go. I'd say the biggest achievement on any for any player is getting that first orbit in around Kerbin, and then getting that first interception with the moon or Minmus. Those are some of the hardest things to do, because once you've done both of those things, you're halfway to anywhere else in the game, and you've already learned enough to get you there. So those are the biggest challenges that anyone face, really. All right, we did not quite make it across, but we did make it almost all the way to another, like almost a quarter of the way around the planet. So we are doing better. We are doing better. So let's spend this time. Now that we're out here, we can do a nice EVA. Kaibon, being the engineer, you decided since you can't really control the ship, you're just gonna go and sit outside. Let's do an EVA report. So we're just above Kerbin's water. We're doing some stuff there. So let's let go. Let's see if we can let go here. And, oh, Kaibon. Yeah, there we go. Take a look, see where the sun is. Oh, Kaibon is smiling. He is having fun here. But I think we should make our way back to our ship. And there we go, we've reattached. So we're going to store some experiments, and we're going to try another EVA reports. This one's still above the water. Are we going to be still high enough above any sort of land? No, I do not believe we will. So that will be the only one we do, since we are already starting to get in. So let's get Kaibon back inside the ship. All right. Let's disengage that second stage, or third or fourth stage, I guess it is technically. And we'll flip around. We don't want to accidentally burn up after we've done all of this useful stuff. Let's start increasing time. Want to get this back and nice in one piece. Or ooh, we're not even floating the right direction there. Let's slow down a bit. This is the direction we want to go. There we go. Oh, it's so difficult to control this thing. Need a reaction wheel or something. Maybe a computer core just to help maintain anything when there's only engineers flying the ship. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. There we go. The atmosphere is slowly pushing us in the right direction. Whew, that was terrifying. Alright, our blader is holding up so far. We are going. Fantastic. Our blader is holding up quite well. So that was very successful. And we got a bit more science, so hopefully that will be enough science to unlock another tier. Oh no, risky. That is, that's painful, to say the least. Alright, so let's speed up a bit. Let's get a little bit lower. Sure thing there. Just 1 second. Alright, so we are launching our parachute. And we've slowed down just before a successful splashdown. And one thing, now that we don't have our science on the side, you can see that we have the Intrepid Dawn logo plastered on the side of our capsule. Very nice. Alright, Kaibon, it will get you an EVA out into the water as well. There's nothing you can do out here because we've already done that, but you get the experience anyways. Let's board the ship and recover the vessel. Fantastic. So we've got 8 science earned, a total of 43 science now. That might be enough to buy something, hopefully. We got some funds back, not a lot, but then we got 1 experience gained for Kaibon. Fantastic. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to jump into voice with Tim. Let's see here. All right, Tim, I am in the voice now, the recording studio. All right, so it looks like we got some debris that's crashed down here. So let's recover all of that because that's going to increase our funds. So let's take a look at our research and development. So we have general construction, we have advanced rocketry, and we have flight control. Now they all require 45 science. Now see, advanced rocketry will get us that up higher tier liquid fuel engine, get us a bigger liquid fuel tank. So that's very good for what we need. That's going to give us the ability to be in better control in space. General construction has a few different types of adapters, a larger decouplers, and a launch stability enhancer. So, and a crew cabin to sending more people up. But all of that is not quite required. And then we have flight control, which gives us a re-entry module, some reaction wheels, and a few more wings, which again we aren't really using at the moment.
Hello.
So that advanced rocketry is definitely going to be better. Hey Tim. Hi Tim, how is it going?
Hey. Just wanted to say excellent job on the successful mission there. We're all really virtually pulling for you.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Tim.
No problem. I also just wanted to pop in and say to everybody that has watched the Stellaris video from yesterday, thank you. Easily the most successful video we've ever had on the channel in terms of 24-hour viewership. So that's awesome. You guys rock. And if you like them, we'll keep making them. So thank you. And back to Alpaca.
Well, thank you, Tim. Glad you can jump in here and join us.
Awesome. Yep. And I also wanted Lucian to come down if he was able to, but we'll see. Up to you. But I think it's better with the banner.
Sure thing.
All right. Cool. Thanks, Alpaca.
Not a problem. All right, guys. So we will, I think, we only need a few extra science to be able to unlock that next stage. So how about we do a little exploration of Kerbal Space Center at the moment. So let's load up our first ever ship. Tiny little guy, not really required much. And in fact, we can actually delete that. And we're just going to spawn our capsule. We literally don't need anything but our capsule. In fact, let's not even use that one. Let's use this one, our little guy, the onion re-entry module. Now let's fill this up with a crew. And you know what? We'll give this one to Baggins since he's not here, but we'll give him a little bit of experience. He'll be the guy that we're going to use to kind of waddle around. So let's launch that ship. All right, so now let's just EVA him right there. Gonna jump out. And he fell over, as Baggins does. All right, so Baggins, let's go. So a lot of the KSB, and we'll actually increase speed here a bit since we, ooh, a little bit fast there. So one of the things that we can do is we can explore a bit of KSP, and it'll give us a bit of research if we do any kind of EVA reports. So now we're on the launch pad, so we want to go a little bit away from the launch pad to increase speed. Not show this again. Speed. So look at that Baggins go. Oh my goodness, he's doing a marathon right now. Let's do an EVA report. Still, no, we're on the launch pad. So just get out into the field there. There we go. Right about there. EVA report. You don't think the spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, was it? No, no, it was not. But we will take that. And in fact, we can actually transmit that. Oh, we cannot. We don't have anything. And let's check out this. Let's see over here. Now, these are the crawlers where our ships kind of get pulled out to the launch pad. So we can do an EVA report here. So we can, but we only have the one. So in fact, we might actually have to worry about thinking about getting a rover so we don't have to keep running back. But that was enough for one thing. Let's hopefully, maybe that will be enough science to get us that advanced rocketry. Hey Darth, did you you've posted a new mission into the Discord? I'm guessing. I will be checking those out. Ooh, I'll be checking those out, and we will be trying anything new like that out on the next stream. That way I'm not going to be jumping back and forth and back and forth in and out of the game, trying to copy down everyone's stuff. All right, so let's slow that down. Jump back into his crew here. Give him a little bit of a jump. No, does not want to go. Yeah, we can try that. Okay, so let's recover the vessel. We need to actually create a rover of some sort to be able to do that, and we can probably get to the monolith that's just sitting out there. So let's see, did that get us enough? No, that did not give us at all anything. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's see. Maybe we can make a some kind of rover. Actually, I think this is a perfect time to do a space plane, or even just a regular plane. So we can build a small plane that will allow us to get move around a bit. Maybe we can just kind of get some extra science from that. So let's throw on some tool fuel tanks. We will put on. Let's see. We need our wings. So there we have a structural type wing. We have swept wings. Okay, I think swept wings look nicer. So we'll do 2 swept wings. There we go. Tail fin. All right, we're getting there. And we need elverons. There we go. All right, so there's that. Let's see what else we can do. Do a tail connector. I think that's a little bit much there. Okay, there we go. Circular intakes. Okay, so here we go. This is what I want. A little back end to the ship. Our 2 wings there. So it looks like we're going to have to use some engines that are off the side here. So we'll put our engines like there. Get 2 circular intakes. And then we'll use our small little Juno basic engines. Boom, just like that. What do you think of that, guys? That doesn't look too shabby. Let's see, what else can we do here? We need some wheels. So we got a steerable landing one. So that will be our rear wheel. We can actually flip this guy around so we can see where we're putting all this. There's our steerable wheel. And then we have our 2 wheels that are going to come out the front here. All right, so I think that these need to come down a bit. Ooh. All right, so now we just rotate these guys out. There we go. That looks like it's stable. Yeah, that looks good right there. What do you think, guys? The DC-9, eh? All right, let's see. What else can we do? So let's check out our lift and our thrust. So our thrust is off-center of our center of mass, as well as our center of lift. So that is an issue. Let's bring our center of lift up closer to our center of mass. So we're actually going to have to probably add in an extra fuel tank here to push that center of mass back a little bit further. Then our wings have to be pretty much in line with that center of lift. So we want our lift to be just behind our center of mass. And in fact, actually, we probably want to go right about there, I think. Because when any of this empties out, that's all going to move. And then it's going to be a pain in the butt to try and level that out. Let's try to get that guy right there, I think. And we'll fill these guys back up with fuel. There we go. And, oh yeah, these are also going to empty. Okay. Maybe, you know, we'll bring this back a little bit. Ooh. Those like there.
Your destiny lies with me, Skywalker.
Oh, sorry about that. That was me. I forget that normally I have my I have a push to talk scenario set up, but my dog is kind of making yips in the background, so I whistled to tell him to shut up. So sorry about that. I completely forgot that that was on stream. All right. Well, so risky. We can't build an SSTO because we have yet to be able to get to orbit. So a solid single stage to orbit is a little beyond what we can do right now, I think. So let's get our little antenna there so we can see what we're doing. Plop that guy right there. And let's see, science. Can we do some science? Maybe we do a little bit of a barometer here. We'll get a single barometer, thermometer. We'll do 2 of those on either side, or 1 on either side. Actually, let's change that up to symmetry. There we go. Put some science goo right there. And in fact, we could probably also, since we need a little bit extra weight at the back here, put in a science junior. We could definitely use that. That will be a new type of science that we've never done before. So let's see, our center of lift is still kind of offset from our center of mass. I want to bring that probably right about here. I think that'll do. And then let's bring these engines down a bit because they need to be in line with our thrust. Bring these as far back as we can. There we go. that might actually do it. All right, so let's try that out. Let's try to see if there's anything else we need. You know what? Just because I don't know how good of a pilot that I'm going to be, I'm going to add in an escape pod, just like I was requested. So we'll have a disconnect right there, and we will put parachutes on this. So we'll do two drogue chutes too, right down over here so that we slow down if we need to. And we'll put in 2 radial mount parachutes there and there. Or maybe just the one. Put the one on the bottom here. There we go. And that way we can still move around. Okay, so we got all that done. I think that should be it for our first attempt at a flight. Don't think we need anything else. So let's change the name here. So this is going to be the ASA dash, or actually the Alpaca spacecraft, or space plane, I guess it is. Mark 1. So this is our first attempt at a plane. Okay, and then who shall we use to pilot this one? So let's give Rob another chance to get some experience here. Since Baggins got some too. Oh no, Rob's an engineer. We kind of need a pilot, I think, for all of this. So let's use Jeb. Or no, you know what? Jack. Jack hasn't done a round yet, so we'll get Jack in on this one. Well, thanks for the vote of confidence there, Risky. Let's just try this out though. So let's save and we will launch. And we're over 30 parts. Oh no. All right. So how many parts do we have? We have 33 out of 30. So let's get rid of the goo. And we need one more thing. You know what? We don't really need this antenna. Let's get rid of that. All right. So let's save that and launch. So the streams usually go until from 10 till noon. So 2 hours. We're about at the halfway mark right now. So that is usually how long we go for. Yeah, the cargo plane that was going to drop another plane. You know what? That was actually quite successful. All right, so let's just try this out here. So, oh, I forgot the staging. So let's just make sure we do not restage any of that. So we want to bring the engines down. That will be the escape there, the disconnect, and that, and then those are our drogue chutes. Okay, so let's turn this on, and we will we'll get this going. So everything's working out so far. We'll just increase our thrust a little bit. We'll get observe our material bays, since we've never done that before. So we will keep that. Log the pressure data on the runway and log the thermal on the runway as well. All right, so this is a little bump. Ooh, and there we go. Oh wow, that was interesting. All right, so our runway is a little bumpy. I did not account for that, and but we survived. Woo! All right, so let's recover the vessel. So we didn't earn any science, unfortunately. We just lost a lot of money. But there are pieces of debris, so let's recover those, and maybe we'll get some science off of one of those. I think everything was destroyed. All right, let's try this again. So I think the main issue was the fact that I was going a little bit too fast, and my wheelbase was just a little too narrow, I think. So, I think what I'll do is I'm going to disable the steering on the wheel. Or no, we will display the, yeah. We'll disable that. Yeah. So now I've disabled the steering, so it should be a little bit better. Let's try launching this again. Let's move on to Rob. Rob can do the next one here. All right, so let's again log the pressure and the thermal, or the temperature. They're literally quite normal, so that is good. I'm glad to know that the everything is normal. Save that. In fact, actually, let's see. Can we transmit this review? We only transmit a bit of it, so I don't want to yet. I want to try and keep all of that. Let's keep that. And yeah, so ooh, crap, I forgot to restage that. So those chutes are, disarm that, disarm that. Okay, bring those, another stage here, bring those engines down and fire them. Disarm, disarm. What? Oh, the staging was bad. All right, let's recover this vessel. But we did get the science for that one, which is nice. Oh my goodness, that was funny. All right, so we should have the science once I recover this. Boom. All right, we have 57 science. Fantastic. So we got the science we needed. But you know what? I'm determined to get that plane up and off the ground. So let's fix the staging right now. Bring those engines down. We've got all that sorted out. Okay, so yeah, I think we'll still be good. Save. Let's move Rob out and let's put in. Let's see, who is let's do Hades next. Hades hasn't had a churn on the plane, and we'll launch. Now Hades didn't do too well in the in the spaceship, so maybe his talents lie more in planes. So we shall see. Let's launch. And you know what? I think the main issue is we're going too slow. So let's go full speed. Oh. No! Catastrophic failure. Oh no. Hades Kerman was killed in action. Oh, darn. Well, Hades, there's the explosion you were looking for. Oh, that's a shame. I think to we need to honor him. So let's. I thought we had tail fins. Oh, tail fins for sides. Oh yes, okay. Tail fins for the sides. That would help. Yes, indeed, that would. That is what I was forgetting. Let's get these engines. symmetry mode does not want to work. There we go. Alright, so there's that. These were like inverted somehow, so delete that one, put new ones on. And there we go. Okay. I'm trying. I am going to try and get to this. Okay, so let's take a look at the thrust to lift. All right, so our lift is way too far back. So let's bring that forward. There we go. So now we got a little bit better looking of a plane. Hopefully, and you know what? Let's bring these guys down. Put them right in the wings there. Maybe bring them up just a little bit. There we go. Oh, symmetry's off. Excuse me. There we go. All right. So let's try this again. Save the ship and launch. Well, Hades, we can always remake your character and then just make sure we spell him right. And we just figured that was different Hades. That was just not your Hades. Okay, so you know what? Let's launch this up. And I am actually going to turn the ship because this runway is way too bumpy. Let's turn our ship slightly. Slowing it down. And pitch the vertical fin. They will pitch and yaw on the tail fins. Okay. So we got some suggestions here by Dark Sabbath. Thank you. Hopefully that will help us out. I am just slowly turning here. Just slowly, because I want to try and get onto the flat ground before we try and take off. I think that will be the best thing for us. So we don't die. Slowly making our way. Alright, so I've shut down the engines, I've added the brakes, because I think we should do something special here. Give me a second. We are going to EVA. We are going to drop down, disengage. Oop, no, we don't want on board. We're going to EVA here. We're going to let go. So this is roughly the spot where poor Hades lost his life. So we are going to do a flag in his honor. Our first flag for Intrepid Dawn, and we will put the site name is the resting place, or we'll do rest in peace, and the plaque test will say that Hades lost his life at this location, trying to be the hero we needed. He will always be remembered. Okay. So now, oh no! You get back here! Get back here! Bad plane! Bad plane! No! Ow! Stop hitting me! I'm trying to. Oh my goodness! Oh no! Come on! Stop! Oh, this is not good. uh, oh my goodness. All right, I think I might have to try and climb up the backside of this plane. Oh no. Oh, this is horrible. Why can't I get on? Oh man. All right, our plane has, has decided to go on without us. We're not worthy of that one. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Hello, Blara. Oh my goodness. All right. You know what? I'm gonna die if I keep trying this. It's gone. He's going off on an adventure. All right. So let's go back. We'll pay our respects and we'll recover ourselves, and we can recover that vessel. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. All right. Note to self: we will put a ladder on next time, and maybe some brakes. All right. So let's read the plaque. Hades lost his life at this location, trying to be the hero we needed. He will always be remembered. We salute you. We salute you. All right, let's go back to the Space Center. We will recover the plane. Actually, you know what? We will allow the plane to go off on its journey. So we don't want that. We want to get Jebediah in here, recover him. You know what? We will allow it. We will let it be free. Let it be free. So we'll launch again. This time we will bring not Jebediah, but let's do Tryon again. He's a pilot. We desperately need a pilot on this. So we will launch. No, we have not gone to the monolith yet, Epic. If you've been watching, we lost Hades, and now we had to pay him some respect. Alright, so let's try this again. I think we're gonna die again. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, we didn't lose Tryon there. Okay, I think we're gonna just give up on this space plane. Oh my god. This is just painful. Yes, I think this plane is cursed. I do not think that it is going to be able to be recovered there. Try this one more time, I think. Then that will be it for the space plane. Okay, so let's just go back up here and let's see. We want to disable the roll and yaw on our main wings. And we want to disable roll and pitch on the vertical fin. And we want to disable pitch and yaw on the tail. So pitch and yaw. All right. So let's try this again. Save. We'll leave Tryon in there. He can do his thing. All right, launch. All right, let's turn this again. Let's get off this bumpy runway. You and I both, Darth. You and I both. Let's get us off the runway again, because this runway is way too bumpy for us to be able to successfully fly on. Look at that. You're bagging your head, nodding away. Clearly, you think something's good's going to happen. So, Tryon's Kerbal. Tryon Kerman looks pretty happy. Just our. Ooh. Oh. No, 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 no. Nope. Nope. Turn. Oh, man. Oh. Okay. I think that was the last attempt for this ship right now. We'll recover the vessel. Oh my goodness, that was painful. All right, let's get back to rocketry. So we have enough science now to get our advanced rocketry. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. So now we can redesign our spaceship. And we will revisit the space plane once we get more parts, because I think that's one of our main issues, is that our parts are just not that great. Okay, so loading back up our last ship, so we can delete that auto-saved one. That was just to so let's load up our last ship there. This is our last one. We're gonna get rid of that little fleet. We will add in our fuel tank. There and there. And our new engine. So this is going to be our upper stage. Pretty good. All right. Then we got our main stage, which we can actually get rid of these guys for now. We're going to actually replace all of these with larger fuel tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that will be good. Plop that on the bottom. We get rid of this. And what do you think, guys? I think we got the 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do our swivel engine there. And then we will put on some wings. Like so. Let's see. Actually, you know what we could try? Let me know. Yeah, you guys, stop with the spoilers. Stay on topic here. So what if we attempted to use these pieces here? Like so. A thicker base. And then we put on these. That kind of looks interesting. What do you think, guys? Something to that general effect. Let's see what these guys. These guys thrust are, they use liquid fuel and oxidizer, and they have a maximum thrust of 108 kilonewtons in atmospheric, while our swivel engine is 167. But we only have one, and this will now we'll have 4, so that's substantially a lot more thrust. Not too bad. But do we really need it? Maybe not. Maybe not yet. But that is an option in the future. We got that. Let's see what else we get. Don't need the radiators. We don't need the battery yet. We have our antenna mounted to the side. And in fact, we can actually mount the antenna right there on our main upper stage now. 2 of them there. Actually, let's get this antenna, a high gain antenna. That'll be nice. Right like that. I think that looks pretty good. So we got the antenna. Science. Well, we haven't done a Science Junior up in space yet. So maybe we'll get rid of that. And we'll throw Science Junior. No, we are still trying to get into space. So we're trying to, let's not try to mess us up too much. But I do really want some more science. Maybe we'll do that. We will do this like so. Get we don't need the barometer or the thermometer since we've already done that in space. And then parachutes. We got the parachute there. I think we are generally good. Okay, so now we just need our solid boosters. So I think this time we will go with our larger ones. So we have these guys here. Yeah, I think we'll do this. Let's bring these up here. And we want them to be centered with our engine. Like so. That looks pretty good, I think. Now let's just check out the aerodynamics. We want to get our, where is that? There we go. Our little tops on there. I think this looks pretty good. What do you guys think of that? You think this will make it to space? So we probably should limit the thrust because on those main stages. So we got, they're 250 kilonewtons of thrust per, compared to the 197 the other ones. So let's reduce that thrust. So let's see, 250, that's 500 versus 200. So let's drop this down to about 65% thrust for those two. Risky. If you would like to do a mission, you can post it on the Discord, and we will get to it the next stream if we have the ability to do it. At the moment, we do not have the ability to get into orbit, let alone put a satellite there. So let's save this ship. Well, actually, we'll change the name first. So this is the Mark V, and get rid of that. And we'll save. All right. Now, I think the staging is right. That, we got this, so we just need the guy down. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So far, so good. So who's going to be flying us today? So let's get Jack in there. Since you are the pilot, let's get Jack up in there. Let's try to get Jack into orbit. So save and launch. Okay. T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Alright, so our thrust for our main first stage working as planned. Going up nice and steady and straight. This is working out so far. You can see our little plane down there, that little speck. That's the plane that decided to leave us, and then right next to it there's our flag to mark Hades' final resting place. I don't really feel too comfortable stating this, but we might need to create a graveyard in and around Kerbal Space Center for all of our lost comrades. Hopefully it stays empty, but I suspect it might not. Alright. Just about to launch the second stage here. First stage. Oof. Oh no, it hit our engine. Alright, well, that stage was useless. Let's test out our upper stage. Oh my goodness. No luck. No luck whatsoever. So our upper stage is doing quite well, I have to say. Let's observe the material bays. Get that science. We're going to close those bay doors so the science doesn't blow away. My goodness. Explosions everywhere. Well, that is the end of that. So since, or are we in space? Almost. Well, we can try and transmitting this, actually. So extend antenna. We're going to observe the mineral bays, or the material bay, and we'll transmit this science. We're transmitting. Oh no, not enough charge, eh? Electric charge is all but... Alright, so reset, review. I guess we'll have to keep that. And we will retract that antenna. Okay, so we needed more batteries. Sorbaz, that sounds like a good idea, so we will try that next time. So let's increase our speed here. I want to try and keep this second stage attached just because we want to get that science back with us. So let's disable this, bring our engines. Oh, we don't even have control over the ship anymore. We're completely out of energy. Oh, that was a poor choice on mine. So yeah, we are completely out of electric charge. We have no control over this ship. I think we can still deploy the chute, but we shall see. We just don't have control of the reaction rolls. Okay, so it looks like we're going about head first down. So we've now become a ballistic missile. I don't know how well this is going to work for us. Nothing I can do to change this. Oh, yeah. Poor Jack. So Jack was lost. Jack Kerman was lost. Yeah, the engine was out of power. I couldn't fire it. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to create a graveyard, probably over here or something. So that way we can come and have a memorial for all the Kerbal knots lost. Oh my goodness. This is just painful. Absolutely painful. Alright, let's see here. Don't worry, what we'll do is we'll have the ability for people who have died to come back to life, but it'll be like a stream or two, so that way other people get a chance to get in there as well. So do not fret, we will have more. Your characters will come back. I don't think you should suffer for my my inability to fly or create a spaceship. So let's try this again. We're going to make a few adjustments to this. So I think the fact that these are pushing out here, they kind of spun the bottom end out, the top end in, which hit that engine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these up like so. And then, not straight, then clip these guys onto it again as low as I can. Like so. So now they're actually above. They'll want to kick the bottom out more so than the top. And then we're going to drop these guys down as low as we can get it. Again, just to give as much clearance as possible. We're not straight again. There we go. Why is this not? Oh, it's because we're not. These weren't on straight. All right. There we go. All right. That solves that issue. Okay, I think everything else was working. It was just the fact that these blew up our first stage engine. So then also, yeah, let's have this activated at the same time. We'll turn the thrust off, but as we're about to stage it, we'll thrust up at the same time. And then that should fix that issue. And you know what? Just for safe measure, we'll get rid of this science lab there, and we'll add in a control module. So actually, we can. Yeah. So that there, this here, there. So now this way, we can open these bay doors here. We can plop stuff inside. Namely, we can put a battery in there. Now we have batteries in there. Let's put some science in there too. We can do an experimental storage is quite big. So we can put some barometers in there. We can put some thermometers in there. Maybe we can even get a goo in there. Alright, I think that looks the best right now. So we got lots of science in here. We got our goo. We have all of our stuff that we need. Oh, we don't need 2 antennas. So let's disable that symmetry mode. Plop that on. There we go. There we go. I did that, Cerebez. I added that in there. There we go. So now we have a whole container full of science, a nice little service module. So now we have our batteries. We got a little bit extra stuff there, just to make sure that we get everything down. And I think what we'll do, wondering if whether or not we want to keep that, right? Like that is an idea to keep it. So we're gonna put this up here. We're gonna increase the height of this so that it's nice and seamless. There we go. And we'll put our heat shield on the bottom here. That way we are protecting all of our science equipment, and we can actually bring it all back with us. Hey, Michael Brown, how are you? Glad you could join us. Glad you found what you're looking for. Hopefully we serve. All right, and then you know what? I'm going to throw in another decoupler there, just so I can decouple all of the stuff from our service module. It adds a little bit more weight, and we have a bit more parts. So we have 3 extra parts now. We're gonna have to take some of that science out. Probably don't need both thermometers, so let's just get the one, and we'll put the barometer on the other side, like so. So we got one of each. That brings us down. We have one extra one. We only need really 1 battery, so let's just get 1 battery in there. And that should solve all of our part problems. There we go. Close. All right. So let's give this guy. I think this one will get us to orbit. I am quite confident in this. We've got that. We've got all this. That goes there. This energizes. That disable this. That. So actually, I don't want to disengage this unless we absolutely have to. This. Can I disable that? No. We'll throw that above the parachute. So that way we don't accidentally separate our service module unless we need it. Well, we don't have any fairings yet. That is the thing. We have yet to unlock fairings, Michael, but it is definitely an option. So let's save this as our new standard, and let's get one of our crew. Let's get Jebediah to finish this one off. Maybe he can pick up where everyone else left off. So, Michael, one thing that you should know is that if you join our Discord on Intrepid Dawn Discord, you can post and apply to become your very own Kerbal. And you can also post mission reports, mission proposals, so missions that we can take on as a task. So all of our guys, Baggins, Rob, Tryon, Kaibon, are actually people in chat who wanted me to create their own Kerbals for missions. Unfortunately, we lost 2, but they will return. And you can join in as well if you are interested. Launch this ship. Yeah, hopefully we can get this guy to space. So one thing I think we might want to do is let's just increase the speed here. Let's get it to the morning, because you know what, it's just a little dark. Let's just bring this to the morning, and we'll have a morning launch. There we go. That is very nice. All right. We also I just noticed that we got a milestone. So we performed our first spacewalk, and we've planted our first flag at home. So that is nice. All right. So we are going to attempt to get into orbit again. Why is that? T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. Alright. Slow and steady wins the race. This time, let's hope that we don't actually lose our main engine as we are disengaging the first stage. That sucked. That is a nice sunrise. Alright. We're probably going to have to start getting some more missions to increase our funds as well, since we've lost quite a bit in all of our failed missions. But I think once we establish a ship that can and will get us to orbit consistently, we'll be in a lot better shape to complete our options, or to have our options for us. Alright, so here we go. Let's increase thrust on our second stage. Launch and fire. Okay, so that was perfect. Oh, couldn't have been better. Decrease a bit of the thrust. We're gonna start angling into our ascent. So that was fantastic. There was a good suggestion on Sarbes's part, as well as my adjustment to how those were positioned. Because if you noticed, when they disengaged, they actually fell away, like the top ends pushed out as compared to the pushing in like they did before. So repositioning them on those radial decouplers really helped us out. We are going very nicely here, increasing in speed. Alright, so we can check out our apoapsis. It's at 35,000, it's not too bad. I'm gonna keep on going. The German turtle has a point. Welcome, German turtle. But one thing we need to remember is that the faster we go in an atmosphere, the more friction we're going to get from the atmosphere itself. So we don't want to go too crazy while we're still in the atmosphere. So far, we are going really well. We've got tons of fuel left over. We're pretty much have our apoapsis at the right position. We are doing very, very well. So let's keep on angling this out. Want to try to draw this guy out as much as we can. We'll get up to about 90 kilometers above the surface, and then we will disengage and wait for our orbital insertion burn. Okay, there we go. Well, we still have a good chunk of fuel left over from our first stage here, and we still have all of the stuff for our second stage. So that's not too shabby, actually. Our second and third stage. So you know what? We have a decent amount of resources. So once we get into a stable orbit, we might just try and make it. Maybe to get a little interception of the Mun. All right, almost there. So once we see about 87,000 kilometers up on the top here, we will go to do our insertion burn. Well, the potato probably went on to interesting things outside of our atmosphere. Probably got hooked up with a radioactive asteroid and became a space potato and maybe went on to do galactic adventures. I would like to think that. All right, increasing our thrust. Chewy Cookie Gaming. Oh, well, thank you. Glad he could do that. Not sure what we can do to make it up to him, but I think we should definitely recognize his contributions. Okay, so our first stage is depleted, so let's disconnect. Let's see where we are. So we're almost in orbit, guys. We are nearly there. Oh my goodness, we are so close. This is the best thing we've done so far. All right, so let's drop our thrust down. Well, thank you there, Michael Brown. Glad you join us permanently. And that just reminds me, yeah, so everyone, please like or subscribe if you haven't already. It all helps the channel, helps Tim Katarn, the owner of the channel. It helps me on my streams within the channel. So yeah, I know it's great. And check out all of our videos too. We have a wide range of stuff. I do Eve. I'm doing it at Mass Effect pre-recording. Tons of different things. Tim does a bunch of Stellaris stuff. There is a Stellaris new season of cinematic Stellaris episodes done by Tim. Starting up now. It's in his second or third episode now. Really good. Check it out. Okay, once we get into 99 there, we will finish our insertion burn. Jebediah, he has pulled through. Mind you, he is fantastic. I really think he's the only one that was able to pull this off in this mission right now. All right, so let's activate. Get ourselves into. All right, so let's just speed up a little bit. Get us over to our apoapsis so we can increase our periapsis. Adjust our heading. And we have done it. Congratulations, you've seen it here first. The Alpaca Space Agency has successfully made it into orbit. So let's engage our antenna here. Let's open up our science bay and let's take a look to see what we can do. So have we logged the temperature out here? We have. Okay, so we can't do that. Have we observed mystery goo? We have. There's a little bit left, but not enough to really warrant using it yet. And I think we've already done the pressure log. All right, so we're not much for science yet. We did achieve that mission. So we have that goal, and we've got some mission first. So we've got we've achieved our goal, got some money for that. We've finished the contract for getting into orbit, and we've done our world's first. We have successfully gotten to orbit. This is fantastic. Great point for the end of the stream. So you know what? We are going to leave Jebediah here in orbit, because I think next stream we might just try to get him further out. Or, we'll see how many orbits he can do. Well, but we've successfully got our new low orbit fast space vessel, so we can keep bringing people up, seeing where they can go. That's fantastic, and we got pretty much our entire second stage or third stage full of fuel. This is great. Yes, we are now one with the space potato. Yes, and we will not burn all of our power with the antenna, so we will retract that just right now. Want to try and keep that power until we can unlock some solar panels. So I think that might be our next goal, is to get some solar panels. So let's save. Let's return to the Space Center. He's still floating up there, nice, safe, and sound. He's not going anywhere. And let's take a look. So we have our science from getting up there. Take a look at mission control. Can we get another contract? So we got a bunch of observational surveys, an atmospheric survey. So we need to. That one's a little difficult. We can explore Kerbin, return from Kerbin, or return to Kerbin from orbit. So we should probably accept that because we want that. We want to get that guy back next time. So we'll take that one. And what else can we do here? We got 200,000 credits. So you know what? I think, it's just not enough. I think once we land him, that extra amount of credits, we should be able to upgrade our vehicle assembly building. So then we can actually start building ships without having that 30-part restriction. We really start getting big. Don't need to do the research and development yet. And the tracking station looks pretty good for now. It would be nice to be able to see the orbits and all that stuff, but or patch conics, but I don't want to waste money on that just yet. So yeah, I think that is pretty good. So let's just take a look quickly at the science. So where's this? So this is what we want: electronics. This has solar panels on there. So there's photovoltaic panels. That's probably what we're going to want to get to if we want to get to the moon. Think everything else. Maybe this general construction, so we can get some larger parts up. But I think generally that is what we're going to have to want to aim for. Just to be able to, get that tested out. So we'll have to start looking into getting more science, figuring out ways to do it. So this is good. This is very good. All right. Well, I'd say at this point we will leave the game here. Please be sure to join us in our Discord. Post your applications to become your own Kerbal, and also I'm accepting mission proposals. So please add in your mission proposals. Get them in there. As soon as we can get them, and we have the parts and the requirements for them, we can start trying to accomplish them. I'll set up our own contracts so that they will be official and we'll actually get rewards for doing them. Thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. This was the Alpaca. Thank you for watching. See you all in the verse.